Hello and welcome to the 3-Minute Quran Study, the place where myths are exposed. Today we want to look at what is by many believed to be the earliest explicit occurrence of the Prophet of Islam. Written sometime after 661 AD, the history of Heraclius, which covers the events from 590 AD until 661 AD, does refer to the Prophet of the Arabs as Muhammad. The Jews called the Arabs to their aid and familiarized them with the relationship they had through the books of the Old Testament. Although the Arabs were convinced of their close relationship, they were unable to get a consensus from their multitude, for they were divided from each other by religion. In that period, a certain one of them, a man of the sons of Ishmael named Muhammad, a merchant, became prominent. He said, God promised that country to Abraham and to his son after him for eternity. And what had been promised was fulfilled during that time when God loved Israel. Now, however, you are the sons of Abraham, and God shall fulfill the promise made to Abraham and his son on you. Only love the God of Abraham and go and take the country which God gave to your father Abraham. No one can successfully resist you in war, since God is with you. Then all of them assembled together from Havilah to Shul, which is opposite Egypt, and they set out from the Palhan desert. They reached Moabit Rabat at the borders of Reuben's land. The Byzantine army was encamped in Arabia. The Arabs fell upon them suddenly, struck them with the sword, and put to flight Emperor Heraclius' brother Theodosius. Then they turned and encamped in Arabia. The history of Heraclius was first published in 1851, based on two anonymous manuscripts from the 16th and 17th century, with the older manuscript having since been lost. Already in the 19th century, the text has been attributed to the Armenian bishop Pseudo-Sebeos, who must have lived during the second half of the 7th century. However, historians today largely reject this attribution. Scholars like Robert W. Thompson and James Howard Johnston are therefore referring to the author as Pseudo-Sebeos. This Pseudo-Sebeos puts his history into an apocalyptic context, as we've seen many times already. The end of days is initiated by a return of the Jews into the Holy Land. This return is made possible through an alliance with the Arabs, the fourth beast from the book of Daniel. When Pseudo-Sebeos does refer to the geography, he clearly follows biblical traditions. His Arabia reaches from east of the Sinai Peninsula to beyond the Dead Sea. But his history also contradicts all of the evidence when he claims that the Jews went to the Arabs and united their 12 tribes with the 12 tribes of the Ishmaelites. While it's true that the Jews likely saw the Arabs as potential allies who could help them overcome the persecution of their Greek overlords, the narrative that Pseudo-Sebeos weaves contradicts real history. For example, the alliance between Jews and Arabs against Heraclius' brother Theodorus reverses actual history. In reality, it was Theodorus who went into an alliance with the Arabs against the Persians. The passage about Muhammad is clearly an outlier compared to the reflections on the biblical themes before and after, where Pseudo-Sebeos extensively quotes the book of Genesis. Many scholars therefore think that we are looking at a later interpolation, and indeed once we remove the passage, the text does become more coherent. In conclusion, we now know that the history of Heraclius was not written by Sebeos. It is an apocalyptic text, not actual history, and the passage about Muhammad is likely a later interpolation, probably from around 750 AD. In the next episode, we will continue our hunt for the historical Muhammad. Until then, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.